look at our starters for Sacramento. The guards, Vasquez and McLemore. Up front, it's Thompson and Cousins. And it's Mbah-a-Moute in at the small forward position. And for Brooklyn, the front court trio of Pierce, Garnett, and Brook Lopez. Deron Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. It's stolen by Garnett. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Johnson. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Johnson's got the opening field goal of the game for the Nets. Brooklyn on defense. Vasquez with it. There's the feed to Mbah-a-Moute. That's good.
Mike Malone, the new head coach of the Sacramento Kings, son of a former NBA coach. Mike has been credited with helping teams improve their defenses, whether it was in New Orleans with Chris Paul, last season with Golden State. But Malone, very well regarded in NBA coaching circles. You can't give him that shot. I mean, a few open looks are all it takes, and he could really get rolling.
Feeds to Cousins. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Brooklyn with the ball. And the Sacramento team, Clark, not without offensive talent, but their defense has been their shortcoming.
And that's the area they've got to ramp up and improve. And Coach Malone is going to have an opportunity to put a stamp on this team by improving them at the defensive end of the floor.
Sacramento with the ball. 4-point game. Vasquez dishes to Cousins. Good. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Now the pass to Johnson. It's stolen by McLemore. And here's Vasquez. Pass to Cousins. Shot from the low block. That's blocked. Now here's Johnson. In low to Garnett. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
The Kings have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Out to the right wing. Tipped away. Williams against Cousins. Here's Lopez with the second effort. And there's the nice layup by Garnett. Garnett's got his second basket of the game.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Vasquez with it. He's against Williams. Garnett with the block. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession.
10 seconds.
Garnett against Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Vasquez.
Well, the defense is doing a good job of challenging their shot.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Johnson kicks to Pierce. Pass to Lopez. And he drops in the layup off the glass. The Kings trail by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
The turnaround jumper. No good off the back of the rim.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Johnson against Mbah-a-Moute. Outside, Pierce. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries again, and Thompson sends it back. Now here's Vasquez. Lopez covering. Now Vasquez, and that one's good.
Beautiful cut to the hoop. He's getting anything he wants here already.
Garnett inside. It's up against Thompson, and he gets it to go. 6 points for Kevin Garnett.
And the defense just couldn't get a hand in his face. Couldn't challenge the shot.
Yeah, made his height advantage count that time.
Here's Cousins. He drains the turnaround jump shot.
Such a difficult shot to defend, that turnaround.
Nets leading by 6. Double team on Williams. Lopez passes to Garnett, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Garnett's got 8 points.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guy.
No good from Cousins.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Garnett kicks to Pierce. Nets passing it around. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. And what an illustrious list we're looking at here, folks. The list of interior denial. The top rankings for career blocks. Rim protection. Always key, guys, you know that, for the league's stingiest defenses.
Well, and I always think, Kevin, what would the numbers have looked like for Bill Russell had that stat been kept track of? Because prior to 1973, we didn't keep track of blocks. So you look more at some of the more recent stars, Olajuwon, Mutombo, some of the great shot blockers. Man, those guys were lockdown defenders.
Here is Williams after the made shot from Vasquez. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Johnson.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
There's the dish to Landry. Can't hit, so Brooklyn will take it the other way. Johnson, the pass to Bloch. The Kings trail by 8. Here's McLemore. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. As you were saying, the defense affecting their shots.
Yeah, they need to do a better job getting open. That means ball movement, player movement, solid screens, and then making sure the passes are on time and on target.
And the Kings making a change here. Hayes is checked in. Chuck Hayes. Nets leading by 6. Garnett left side. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, you know, when Rajon Rondo went down last season and the Celtics looked to be out of any title contention, Kevin Garnett, guys, became a very hot topic on the trade market. And with his ability and experience, that should be no surprise.
And the first one drops. We talked about what Garnett can bring to a team. He's still an impactful player. Offensively, a deadly jump shooter. He reached 25,000 points last season with Boston. Also a great passer.
But it's defensively where he really makes his mark. One of the best defensive forwards I think the league has ever seen. His ability to communicate, to guard pick and roll, to switch out onto point guards and stay in front of them. And then the intensity, the intangible that he brings to your club.
And both free throws good from Garnett.
An up and down season for the Nets last year, and the playoffs were just more of the same. They ended up getting knocked out by the Bulls in the only first-round matchup that went to 7 games.
Now here's Vasquez. He kicks it to Hayes. Taken away by Williams. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Nets?
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers, turning them over.
And I really think you've got to love the way they protected the rim today. I mean, a good number of blocks in the first half.
Well, back to the Nets in the playoffs. They lost a game at Barclays early and looked to be on the ropes down 3-1 after 4 games, but they did well just to steal one in Chicago and force a game 7.
What a strange series that was. The Bulls made that miracle comeback behind Nate Robinson in 1 game and then ended up going on the road to Brooklyn and winning game 7. What a disappointment for the Nets in their debut season in Brooklyn.
Shots good from Mbah-a-Moute.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
And that one's good.
They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
And they've been on fire offensively as a result, Clark.
Now here's Vasquez. D right on him. McLemore. Garnett grabs the board. Nets leading by 10. Johnson dishes to Blotch. It's stolen by Vasquez. Mbamute with it. Now Garnett defending. Good ball movement here by the Kings. They get a hand on it. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Some changes for Sacramento. John Salmons. He's checked in for Mbamute. Thornton comes in for McLemore. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Vasquez. So it's Brooklyn now. 10-point lead. Watch inside. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Watch has got his first bucket in this one.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. And defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
The Kings shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they averaged about 77% from the free throw line a year ago. So this is a solid free throw shooting team.
No good on the free throw.
And, you know, for the Kings, with a new ownership group, a new coach, a new front office, and a new downtown arena on the horizon, it's exciting times for the Kings fans and a lot of newfound optimism around this team, too.
He hits the second from the line. And the Kings, a team that experienced a period of great success in the 90s, back the late 90s and early this century. But they had undergone a 7-year playoff drought, and Steve, times had gotten pretty dire.
Well, there's a lot of change in the air in Sacramento this season with new ownership, new management, new coaching, and some young talent with Ben McLemore. So I think there's hope going forward for the Sacramento Kings.
After having a strangely off year from behind the arc in the 2011-12 season, John Salmons got back to his usual sharp shooting ways last year, guys. He shot over 37% from long range.
Free throw good, Salmons. Well, and for Salmons, a starter last season in Sacramento, played almost as much as Tyreke Evans.
And that might be a stretch for Salmons at this point in his career. He's a decent passer and defender, but he shot under 40% from the field. You know, he's gotten older. He's been a very solid player throughout his career, but I think the older legs are starting to catch up.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
You know, the new home for the Nets last season, as they moved over from New Jersey to Brooklyn, they must have loved their new digs because they were fantastic in front of this Brooklyn crowd last season. 26 and 15 here.
They keep going down low with the ball, and it results in points. They're having their way in the paint.
And it's resulted in a big early lead, too.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Clark, you're right. The Nets are making a good impression here, as you were saying. Always good for a team to open up a new arena with a strong record at home.
And what a great stadium, guys. The Barclays Center, one of the best-looking floors in the NBA. Great design all around. And even on the outside, when you walk up to the arena here in Brooklyn, it's just a beautiful atmosphere.
Thomas kicks to Landry. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as well. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. You know, they may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Dishes it to Thornton. A 3 ball. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thornton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Williams against Thomas. Williams passes to Blotch. Rebound by the Kings.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Salmons from outside. Evans with the rebound. Nets leading by 11. Williams dishes to Kirilenko. Kicks it to Blotch. Passes to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from the elbow. And too long on the shot. The Kings trail by 11. Thomas off a pick from Landry. Thomas kicks to Salmons. From outside, off the mark.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Now here is Kirilenko. Back to Terry. Pulls it up. And again, it's the Nets missing. Sacramento's gone, just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. And the basket by Thornton.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
And here comes Williams. He's got 6. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the first.
Guys, Reggie Evans is a ferocious rebounder. He is actually the picture next to the definition of glass eater at both ends of the floor. I mean, last season, he led the league by a long margin in rebounds per minute.
That free throw, no good. And it's interesting with Reggie Evans, as physically as he plays, Steve, he's not afraid to embellish some contact the other way.
Well, most players like Evans, who maybe aren't the most physically gifted players offensively, they find ways to have an effect, whether it's crashing the boards, which he does, or, you know, being a little tricky, trying to draw fouls and deceive the officials a little bit. Just gotta be honest.
Well, no, you're good. That's an interesting point. Terry kicks to Williams. Terry, the pass to Williams. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yep, they were ready to go right from the opening tip.
No good from Cousins. Up in time. Shot is off. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 10. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, Clark and Steve, what do you guys think about what they have or haven't been doing?
Well, I'll tell you what, I like what I've seen from this club defensively. They're forcing a lot of turnovers with their quick hands and ability to play the passing lanes.
Well, you talk about quick hands, but I think it's the mindset of being aggressive and then obviously being active with the hands, tracing that ball so you can come up with deflection that may lead to steal.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Up front, it's Thompson and Cousins. Thomas and Thornton pairing up in the back, and it's Salmons in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Thornton. Here's Cousins. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Guys, DeMarcus Cousins, the 5th pick out of Kentucky back in 2010. Nobody questions this guy's talent. He has tremendous skill. Players with his size and skill don't come along very often.
First one falls for him. And Clark, you mentioned the size for Cousins. Physically, he can overpower, Steve, a lot of players.
Yeah, tremendous rebounder, and he can get to the foul line. Offensively, you know, he's got the ability to step out onto the floor and make shots. I mean, he's really got the total package. The question is, can he just improve his overall game? Can he continue to mature and become the dominant player that he's capable of?
It'd be interesting to see him on a good team, you know, with some real nice role models on that team. People rave about his skill set. The Kings trail by 10. Thornton dishes to Vasquez. Back to Thornton. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Thornton's got 7.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If the shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Vasquez with it. Williams picks him up. The feed now to Mbah-a-Moute. He dishes it to Cousins. From 8, there's the bucket. Good. He's got 8.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
Brooklyn leading by 8. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Gentlemen, Andre Kirilenko declined a second-year player option on his contract with the Timberwolves worth $10 million. He had to settle for a lot less in Brooklyn, but at least a chance to play for a stacked team looking to contend for a title. Kevin?
Well, they've definitely added some quality size, Doris. No question about that. We'll see how they do.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it. Man, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Vasquez kicks to Cousins. Williams with the steal. He feeds it to Johnson, and it's sent back by Thornton. Back to Williams. There's the pass to Lopez. Now the dish to Williams. It's good from long range. Williams has got 13.
Yeah, something that makes him hard to defend is his ability to receive a pass and get off an accurate shot in one quick, fluid motion. So you better beware of where he is on the floor at all times.
One of the premier catch-and-shoot guys in the league, Steve. There's no question about it.
Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Feeds to Thompson. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Mike Malone gave to his team during that last break. He told his guys that offensive rebounding is what they need to most improve on. He told them that they should have far more second chance points than they have to this point. The other area he brought up was the importance of their defense against the transition game. He needs his team to get back and stay active at all times. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
All right, Doris.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
There's no question the big news for the Sacramento Kings is they're still the Sacramento Kings. After a nail-biting last couple of years, they saw the team flirt with moving to Virginia, Anaheim, Las Vegas, Seattle. Finally, a new ownership group committed to keeping the team in Sac.
The Kings trail by 15. Here is Mbah-a-Moute. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Mbah-a-Moute has got 6 points. The Nets have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Johnson, the pass to Bloch. Rejected by Hayes. An even 3-on-3 break. And Johnson sends it back. But they get it back. The Kings shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And he makes the first.
Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. And they're shooting much better from the line here in the second quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
Both shots good from the stripe. Nets leading by 11. Pass to Pierce. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. The Kings trail by 13. Vasquez gets a screen from McLemore. From the baseline. The shot misses. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Shots good by Garnett.
When he gets the fadeaway to go, I'd still rather see him go straight up with him.
The Kings have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Amute, a screen on Williams. Here's McLemore. Here's Hayes, and blocks with the block. Pierce with it. Pass to Johnson. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Johnson's got 14 points.
This has been a one-sided game in just about every area. The lead continues to grow.
Absolutely. Their offense and their D have been equal parts outstanding.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Well, they're getting way too many easy shots in the paint. So this timeout is specifically for that reason. You got to tighten up the defense and start to make it harder for that offensive team.
I know it's easier said than done, but right now it just doesn't seem like the necessary effort is there.
McLemore dishes to Hayes. Watch with the steal. And now here comes Williams leading the break. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, Williams has been great. He has 15 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
It shows you what an intelligent defender he can be on the ball. He really understands the game.
2 shots.
You know, Darren Williams suffered a lot of injuries in the first half of last season and finally got healthy in the second half, and it showed. He was fantastic during the last 30 or 40 games or so. And I think now with all this talent around him, the situation is perfect for Williams to reestablish himself as one of the elite players in this league.
And for Williams last season, he seemed to get better, Clark, as the season wore on. Not usually the case with injuries.
But I think he, like a lot of players, Kevin, may have still been recovering from the grind of the condensed schedule 2 seasons ago. You know, he started playing in Turkey before starting that tough shortened season. So you factor in Team USA play in the summer, he put a lot of wear and tear on his body, and I think it just took a while for it to rebound.
Now here's Vasquez. He's got 8. He kicks to Thompson. Dishes it to Vasquez. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Hayes. There's the feed to McLemore to halt the run. No good. Some solid defense from Johnson.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
And McLemore kicks to Amute. He dishes it to Vasquez. Here's Thompson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Thompson's got his second bucket.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
Williams kicks to Pierce. Goes up the baseline. Second shot opportunity, and Williams with the nice bucket inside. Williams has got 13 points now in the quarter. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Vasquez kicks to McLemore. Garnett grabs the board. Garnett's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Johnson, the pass to Blotch. Kicks it to Williams. Left side, Williams. Back to Blotch. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
Carl Landry's checked in for Sacramento. Salmons comes in for Mba'amute. Now here's Terry. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Teardrop shot, and up and in it goes with the lay-in from Salmons.
You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh no, oh no, oh yeah shots.
Thomas against Terry. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Johnson outside. It's stolen by McLemore. He feeds it to Thomas. Inside to Landry. Now the pass to Salmons. Sinks the three-pointer. Salmons got 5 points in the quarter.
And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
Terry against Thomas. Johnson right side. The shot. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Kings trail by 14. McLemore dishes to Thomas. Rebounded by the Nets. Evans has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, for the Brooklyn Nets, the 9th best record in the league last season. Good size inside and on the wings. They felt like they needed to ramp it up a bit to compete with Miami and LeBron James.
Terry against Thomas. There's the dish to Salmons. Feeds to Landry. From 6 feet, and he gets it to go. And Clark, you were talking about the Nets' size, the 2nd best rebounding team in the NBA, Steve, last season.
Yeah, they really controlled the glass. Good rotation in their front court with the size and the tenacity. Now, of course, they've got additional help with Garnett and Kirilenko. So this is a team that can really hit the boards and dominate the paint.
Just 3 to shoot, rejected by McLemore. And here comes Thomas, leading the fast break. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, for Jason Kidd, who has taken over as head coach of the Nets with no coaching experience, certainly there's some apprehension about how he'll do. But one thing we are certain of, he knows how to lead. On Team USA, the coaching staff raved about Kidd's leadership in winning the gold in 2008. And former Knicks teammate Raymond Felton summed it up this way, saying, quote, "He's a great role model, a father figure who understands the game, understands life. I think he'll be a great coach. The guys will listen to him." Kevin?
I like his chances, thanks. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Sacramento. Thornton comes in for McLemore. Salmons kicks to Thomas. Pass to Salmons. Clock at 6. The dive for the ball. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Johnson against Thornton. Johnson, the pass to Evans. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Nets lead by 13.
See how he used the rim to protect the ball perfectly from the defender on that reverse.
Out to the wing. Here's Cousins. Evans with the rebound. Evans has got 6 rebounds in the game. Johnson inside. He's guarded by Thornton. And he gets it to go. 18 points for Joe Johnson.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Thomas against Terry. Good on the shot.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Here's Terry after the made shot from Thomas. Lopez, no luck. 36 seconds left now here in the second. Thomas goes in, pass to Selmans. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got 4 assists in the game.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Now here's Johnson. 18 points for him. That one goes. Count.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Thomas against Terry. Thomas kicks to Cousins. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. For Sacramento, they have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. He misses the free throw. The Nets making a switch here. Good on the second free throw. And Brooklyn has possession. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Johnson, that's for 2. Misses the jumper. Here's Kirilenko. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on John Selmans. The Nets have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Andre Kirilenko at the line for 2.
First one falls for him. No good on the second free throw. And that concludes the first half. It's the Nets. They lead by 13. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
I'm here with Joe Johnson. And Joe, one of the challenges with having such a deep roster like yours is figuring out everyone's roles in the system. How is the new chemistry coming together with a mix of all-star talent?
We're just trying to feel one another out, man. It's a long season. So obviously early in this young season, man, we just taking our time right now, trying to feel our way through everything, and everything else take care of itself.
There's no doubt it's a process, Joe. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Thursday night means basketball on 2K Sports. Thanks so much for joining us for the halftime report. Brooklyn up on top against Sacramento. A dramatic advantage in the paint. They're getting right in close and converting the kind of buckets they want. Well, Joe Johnson's making it look easy against Sacramento's defense. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. For the Kings, though, in this one, plenty of work still to be done. Too many turnovers. Tough to win when you're giving the ball away as easily as they have. They need to start playing smarter basketball in the second half. They got some great minutes out of DeMarcus Cousins. He's got 9 points, and he's also contributed on the glass. And that's all there is for me here in the studio. Time to send you back to my friend Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we return, sunset view of the Brooklyn Bridge spanning the East River. Man, is that pretty.
Tremendous output from Johnson. He has 20 points and 4 assists as well. This game is all about him right now.
He is in full domination mode, guys.
On the perimeter, the all-star trio of Williams, Johnson, and Pierce. Down low, Kevin Garnett and Brook Lopez. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Lopez. Unloads from 9. That misses off the backboard.
You talk about some of the breakout players of last season, and at the top of the list for me was Rivas Vasquez, runner-up for most improved player, 6'6" point guard, improved his shooting significantly, and played with a lot of confidence for New Orleans.
And Vasquez, originally from Venezuela, Clark, and Steve, you mentioned his passing. Last season, 3rd guys in the league in assists.
Yeah, and at 6'6", Kevin, a very good rebounder for a guard. He's not super quick, and that hurts him defensively, but he has excellent anticipation. And you can always cross-match him with some of the shorter 2 guards, so he's a valuable player in the backcourt.
He kicks it to Cousins. Second chance shot. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Vasquez.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Now here's Williams. Lopez dishes to Johnson. Offline with his 3. The Kings trail by 9. Here's McLemore. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Ben McLemore, 6'5" freshman shooting guard out of Kansas. He actually redshirted his first year in college, but as a redshirt freshman in year 2, he really bursted onto the national scene. Very skilled shooter and scorer.
No good on that one. And for McLemore, no question about the talent levels. It's terrific. A great athlete, deep range on his shot. It's really his personality that some scouts, Clark, have questioned.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. Sure, they would like to see him be a little more assertive offensively, but this is a young kid that I think will do what it takes to be outstanding in the NBA.
And the second free throw, good. Nets leading by 8. Johnson outside. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Lopez outside. Back to Johnson. 4 on the clock. And the shot is good. Johnson's got 22 points.
Virtually uncontested. It's nice to be able to add to the lead without really having to work for it.
Dishes to Cousins. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Cousins has got 11 points.
Well, he's a really difficult cover because if he gets anywhere near the rim, he can finish. Great strength, the ability to convert in the lane. Boy, that's tough to defend.
And applies even if he has to absorb contact getting to the rim.
Now here's Pierce. A floater, and it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 5 rebounds tonight. Vasquez gets a screen from McLemore. Back to Cousins. Now the feed to McLemore. That's good.
And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Here's Williams. He's got 19. Timeout called the Nets.
You know, with the troubles he's had butting heads with coaches and others, you might wonder why the team keeps putting up with Cousins' antics. Well, I'll tell you why. The greater your talent, the longer your rope, because this kid does have talent.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Mike Malone gave to his team during that last break. The ball has to be fed into the low post much more than it has been to this point. That was his message. He said, they're giving us room down low. Let's take advantage of it. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Clark, you mentioned Cousins' problems. There were some rumblings last season that the Kings might look to trade him, Steve, and I think there would be some teams that would say, you know what, this is a quality guy that maybe needs a new environment.
I think teams would be very interested in him. The question is, how much would they be willing to give up? Because it is a bit of a risk, not knowing exactly at what you're getting, but Cousins an intriguing talent. There's no doubt about that.
The first free throw is good.
Well, the business of the NBA in pretty good stead. The Kings sold back in May for a record price of $525 million, and the Seattle group had offered even more. Team value is certainly on the rise around the league. Better arenas, more lucrative TV contracts. Part of the reason that's the case.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. And back to the bidding war for the Kings with the great offer from the Seattle group. Steve, do you think there's a chance the league could expand to Seattle?
I think so, especially with that tremendous offer that the Seattle group put forward. And now the new CBA has made it much more favorable for the owners. I think in the next few years, we will see at least one expansion team, maybe two.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Now, taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
Now here's Williams. 19 points in the game. Lopez. They grab their own miss. Garnett the pass to Williams. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Williams has got 21.
Well, this is what he does. He's shooting it well. He's scoring a lot of their points, getting them in front.
Timeout called by the Kings.
You know, Darren Williams is so strong and so poised in the post. I'd like to see him down on the block a little bit more often. There are very few point guards in this league who really have the strength to deal with Williams in a post-up situation.
Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for the Kings. They get a hand on it. And McLemore kicks to Vasquez. Thompson, a screen on Williams. Here's Vasquez. No good. Some solid defense there from Bloch. And for Darren Williams, he is very versatile.
Yeah, he can pass it, shoot it, drive it, kills you with the crossover. And he's got excellent size that allows him to back you down, too. He can put you in the washing machine and take you for a spin every now and then.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
Vasquez gets a screen from Mbamute. Vasquez, that's good.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Now here's Williams. He's got 21. Elbow shot, and he connects with the jumper. Williams has got 23.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
And here's Vasquez. He's got 12. That is good. Vasquez has got 6 here in this quarter.
Nicely done. They just continue to dominate inside. That's 10 points in a row in the lane.
It's now purely here it comes. See if you can stop it.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 22. And Garnett with the basket on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got his 5th assist in this one. The Kings trail by 7. Now here's Vasquez. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. And Darren Williams again. Williams has got 25 points. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Nets.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys. And all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Now here's Williams. 25 points in the game. Johnson gets the bucket.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Vasquez with it. He's guarded by Williams. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to 9. They're back within single digits after that one from Vasquez. Outside Williams. Pass to Johnson. Back to Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. And now it's 27 points for Darren Williams.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork. Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless. Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
Wow, are they moving the ball right now? They look good.
The shot's good from Hayes.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Outside Williams. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
I don't think you can say enough about the quarter he's having. Every one of his attempts has gone down.
And some changes here for the Kings. Reggie Evans, he's checked in for Garnett. Karolinko comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Terry in for Joe Johnson.
You know, as great as 2012 was for the Nets, in many ways, they really came up short on their last game of that calendar year. In 2012, the New Year's Eve matchup against the Spurs, the Nets only scored 5 points in the third quarter of that contest.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Clark, you were talking about the Nets. They went from looking like a team that could compete for a title to a team that, while still talented, Steve, and a lock for the playoffs, was a little closer to the middle of the pack than they thought.
Well, with the hot start they got off to, I think it was just a matter of time before they hit a cold stretch. And never fun to be held to just 5 points in a quarter. And that game had a lot of Nets fans wondering how the rest of the season would go. But, hey, they got it back together and still finished off pretty well. Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kidd, obviously great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
Now here's Evans. It's Williams with the drive. Drops in the layup for 2. Williams has got 13 points in just this quarter.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number 1, they're ahead.
And back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent and respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA.
Yeah, always respected as a leader, and his basketball IQ off the chart. So I think he's one of the few guys that could go right from playing to being a successful head coach.
They recover it, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Kings making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. Nets leading by 13. Williams kicks to Karolinko. He dishes it to Blotch. The Nets working the ball around now. Williams gets the bucket.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Now, here's Thomas. 5 points in the game. And the call will be against Darren Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Landry against Evans. Here's Cousins.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
There's the bucket. Good.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Williams with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Lets it go from deep. And Darren Williams with the 3. Williams has got 37.
You know, their three-point shooting since halftime is about as good as you could possibly ask for, guys.
Now's the time to put the pedal to the metal, boys. Keep firing those deep balls and build that lead up.
Now, here's Salmons. 8 points for him. And Cousins gets it to go.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
Nets leading by 14. Outside Williams. Kicks it to Blotch. Shoots from the right block. Another one falls for Brooklyn. 1:56 left to play in the third. Williams against Thomas. He feeds it to Cousins. Outside Thomas. Clock at 6. From 10 feet out. No good from Cousins. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now the pass to Bloch. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Bloch has got 10 points.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Now, here's Salmons. Thomas kicks to Salmons. Outside for Thomas. Feeds it to Thornton. 17-foot shot on the way. Sacramento gets it back. Landry gets the bucket.
Well, Landry has just a big motor. He can play so hard as soon as he gets into the game that he makes a major impact on the game. He's relentless in his pursuit of offensive rebounds, and he's always going to fight you for the ball.
Yeah, you know, those offensive rebounds are always huge. You also need to be able to finish through contact if you're undersized, and Landry can do that too. He can get a guy up in the air, lean into him, and finish the play while earning a trip to the free throw line. Good.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Bloch dishes to Williams. And Bloch kicks to Terry. Misses off the right iron. And here comes Salmons. 10 points for him. Thomas goes inside to Landry. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
Here's Williams. Oh, he got it!
Boom! Buzzer! Knock it down! Right at the hole.
Oh, 3 points right there at the end of the quarter.
Only about 1 in 50 of those go down, but that's why you chuck them up there. You want to give yourself a chance.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Nets lead by 17. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And here at the end of the third quarter, on the court right now for the Kings, Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. Thornton out there with Vasquez, and it's Mba'amute in at the 3. Cousins with a screen for Landry. Baseline jumper, and the Kings check on 2 more.
You know, that mid-range jump shot may be an underutilized tool in today's NBA, but it's really serving this team well.
In fact, it very well might be the strongest area of their game offensively.
Johnson cannot hit, and the Kings going the other way now. Vasquez with it. Williams picks him up. Right wing. Mba'amute against Pierce. 6 to shoot. And Cousins kicks to Thornton. Here's Landry. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Boy, they're doing a nice job, a really good job of getting second chances here. And that's a great way to cut into that lead. I mean, nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than putbacks.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for Andrei Kirilenko.
And you look at Landry, and he does lack the size of most power forwards, but he's excellent at finishing around the goal, and it helps him keep defenders honest with a nice, reliable outside shot, too.
Now, you hate to see a guy suffer through a game like this, but his team is winning.
The Kings trail by 14. Here's Vasquez. And that one's good. Vasquez has got 10 points here in the second half. And Carl Landry's such a great knack for scoring around the rim.
He's a tough guy, a genuine tough guy. Gets the ball in the paint, and he'll go up and score with little jump shots or maybe putback shots. Great hands and really keeps himself in good condition.
Now here's McLemore after the miss from Joe Johnson. Lopez with the block. Outside Williams. The dish to Johnson. Back to Williams. And that one hits back iron. The Kings trail by 12. Williams with the block. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And that one's good. Williams has got 42 in the game.
He's playing with an edge here, playing extremely well offensively here in the second half.
Now here's Vasquez. He's guarded by Williams. Ball's knocked loose. Pass to Landry. 13 feet away. And it's good. Landry's got 11 in the second half.
And the buckets always coming in bunches for him. And right now, they are really rolling.
Johnson off the pick from Garnett. Johnson with it. Now defended by Vasquez. Williams. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
That's his second. At the line for your Nets, Darren Williams. At the line for 2.
And the first one drops.
A season to forget for the Sacramento Kings a year ago. There were times they looked pretty good, but more times than not, they couldn't sustain high-level play. Still managed to do fairly well against Eastern Conference teams when they saw them.
And both free throws good for Williams. And back to what you were saying, Clark, about the Kings. Very good when playing out of conference, at least relative to their overall play, Steve.
Well, 14 and 16 against the East. I mean, that's not a bad record. I'm not sure if it says something about the Kings or something about the East. Probably the latter, but not bad for Sacramento to have that record.
Here's Williams after Carl Landry's bucket. And the Nets miss again.
You know, normally when you dominate on the glass, it really shows up on the scoreboard, but not so much here today.
You're right, Steve. Typically, it is a good barometer that indicates who's winning, but not so.
Can't hit from 12.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Williams attacking. Shot is no good. Great D that time from Landry. The Kings trail by 12. McLemore, the pass to Vasquez. To the wing on the left. Sacramento moving it around. And another hit. Shot made once more from Landry. Landry's got 11 here in this quarter alone. The Nets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Williams double team. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for the Kings. Here's Johnson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Johnson's got 26 points.
No way you can get back into the game if you continue to give up layups.
Cousins with a screen on Williams. Vasquez kicks to Mbamute. Pass to Cousins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. The 3. Vasquez can't get it to go. Brooklyn leading by 12. Takes the 13-footer. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Johnson. Williams has got 46 points. Kings have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Lopez with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Pierce with the ball. Rejected by Mbamute, but they'll get another chance. And that one's good by Lopez.
Well, plays like that, hustle plays on the glass, and then staying with it, being active, it really caused some problems for that defense.
Cousins dishes to Vasquez. Six to shoot. Here's McLemore. Sacramento again missing. Johnson goes in. That's good. Johnson's got 28 points for the game.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
The Kings trail by 18. Vasquez kicks to McLemore. Johnson with the block. But they recover it.
That's how to bang down low. His hard work gives them another possession.
This is to McLemore. He kicks it to Vasquez. To stop the run. Kept alive. Cousins, the pass to McLemore. Now Cousins. And another shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Cousins playing well. He has 9 rebounds, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
Yeah, those are always easy points. I mean, when you can get to the line and knock them down, sometimes that's the difference in the game, Clark.
The first one falls. And Cousins drops them both. Nets leading by 16. Johnson outside. And there's the feed to Pierce. Again, Pierce missing.
He slipped into quite a funk here, Clark.
I think that's a good word to describe it. I mean, the basket is looking awfully small to him at the moment.
Now here's Vasquez, guarded by Garnett. And Mbamute kicks to Vasquez. 6 to shoot. Shot's good from Mbamute. Here's Johnson. And a chance here to hit 30 on the game.
Boy, I tell you what, Steve, he's really scoring well, isn't he?
Making it look easy, really. I mean, he's just having his way offensively.
And that one's good. And it's 8 points for Brook Lopez.
Not too many of those shots were dropping for him in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Vasquez kicks to McLemore. Here's Thompson, and it's blocked by Garnett. Brooklyn leading by 16. And Williams, here we go. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Now here's Vasquez. To the wing on the left. Back to Thompson. Poked away. Williams with the ball. Passes to Garnett. Williams against Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Fades back. Williams can't hit. The Kings trail by 18. Kicks to Vasquez. He dishes it to McLemore. He feeds it to Cousins. Kings moving the ball around. Now here's McLemore. Pierce covering. From outside the arc. And Mbamute can't get it to go. And the Nets with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Johnson. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Johnson's got 30.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Timeout called by the Kings.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. He also talked about their defensive approach, which he wants to be a conservative one. He said, quote, "Let's not get overextended. Stick to your assignments." It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
Thanks again, Doris. Johnson draws the double. Right side, Pierce. Back to Johnson. Outside, Williams. Misses the three.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Vasquez can't get it to go. Brooklyn leading by 20. And here is Williams. It's Pierce on the wing. All alone. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Vasquez, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Vasquez has got 12 points here in the second half. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Garnett with the screen for Williams. There's the block. Here's McLemore, rejected by Pierce.
I can't figure out, guys, what's going on with him this quarter. I mean, he hasn't gotten one shot to drop.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Darren Williams. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on defense that put them in the driver's seat.
That free throw, no good.
Looking at the game for Lopez, he's got 8 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, it's just a small part of what's been a solid overall contribution by him defensively.
And the Kings making a change here. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Cousins. Salmons comes in for Mba'amute. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for McLemore. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Vasquez. And the second free throw, good.
It seems for the past few years, the only time you heard about Brook Lopez's name was in what the Nets would give up for Dwight Howard. I mean, well, all of that talk goes away now, at least for a minute, because he signed that extension with the Nets. And because of that, I think he was more comfortable, and it showed in his production on the floor.
And Brooklyn has possession. After the missed three from Thomas, Livingston dishes to Lopez. And that one's good.
I'll tell you what I love about him, his ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong, even with defenders hanging all over him. He continues to finish at the basket.
And something else you can't forget about is his shot blocking, Steve. I mean, he's an intimidator down low.
And for Brook Lopez, a max contract going into last season. It raised some eyebrows for sure, but the way he's elevated his game, it looks like right now at least, he's been worth every penny.
Yeah, I agree with that. First-time All-Star, he improved as a shot blocker and a rebounder. And, I thought he should have got maybe some votes at least for most improved player last season. A big reason why the Nets improved so much.
That's a good point. Now, here's Thomas following the miss by Jason Terry.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Here is Livingston. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Joe, congratulations on this win. This was a game where we saw plenty of great sequences, some nice runs put together. What changes for the team out on the floor when you guys start rolling like we witnessed here tonight?
We just picked up our energy and effort. We was able to get some stops, got out in transition, started making a few shots, and it just kind of got contagious.
Well, this was fun for us to watch, Joe. Thanks for the time. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Jaron Williams.
All of the lights.